Hello, it's Martin from Wisely Automotive and I am back with our Tesla Model Y, which has covered over 1,000 miles at this point. We are really enjoying the car, but Arthur thinks he could improve a couple of things by focusing on the wheels. So let's discuss that in today's video. Let's start with what actually is on the car. As you can see, these are the brighter colored Gemini wheels. When choosing any wheels, it's quite a subjective matter because design plays a big role. But at the end of the day, it's also a question of practicality. These standard wheels are 19-inch, meaning you should get better efficiency, further improved by the plastic aerodynamic covers. And because they are obviously smaller diameter, you get a tire with a bigger sidewall, which would ensure better comfort. And the overall reduced weight reduces the moment of inertia, which should improve efficiency as well. So all in all, we thought we would stick to the standard 19s and see how we like them. We definitely think that a dark look would work better on this car, especially because of the blacked out trims. But we are very glad we went for the smaller size, because even after we reduced the tire pressure on them to about 42 psi, which is what Tesla recommends, because as often discussed online, they came overinflated at almost 50 psi, the ride is still on the firm side. It's definitely not terrible and gets better at higher speeds, but during city driving you can definitely feel that the car is quite stiffly sprung. And please keep in mind that Arthur is coming from a Porsche Cayenne with adaptive dampers, whereas this has standard non-adaptive suspension. Let's address the looks first, because with these hubcaps or Aero covers, there are many ways of going about improving them. So let me remove them. Some people don't bother with them at all, because if you look at the alloy wheel underneath, it's quite an elegant design, but then again you are sacrificing a bit of efficiency. On the other hand, you can paint this, but then if you look closely you run into a different issue, because the edge of the wheel sticks out over the plastic cover. So if you paint the plastic a dark grey or a black color, you will still get the light silver peeking through. If you want to very quickly get rid of it, you can try to plasti dip the edge or use some kind of an alloy wheel gaiter, but still these covers, despite being aerodynamic, have quite a few openings, so you will still see the silver barrel underneath. Our plan is quite intricate. We are going to keep the two-tone design of the Aero cover. The bright silver bits will get painted in the dark color, which is already present on the wheels, and the dark bits will get painted in black. As I mentioned, it's a single piece, so there is no way to disassemble it into different sections. Unfortunately, that means quite a bit of work with the masking tape, but the result should be worth it. The alloy itself we will get refurbished, or better said, painted in a dark grey color. We are still deciding on the exact color code, but something similar to the Sonic Carbon, which has been used by Tesla on their wheels in the past quite a bit. But we will stick to a metallic glossy finish instead of going for the satin one, which is present on many of the newer Sonic Carbon wheels. All of the work on the wheels will be done by Posh Wash, just a couple of miles away in central London. Given the tires will need to come off for refurbishing anyways, we thought why not go all the way and switch them out for new Michelins as well. The Model Y comes on Hankook's S standard in the UK. But indeed, if you upgrade to the 20-inch induction wheels, you get Michelins. Arthur used to have the Pilot Sport 4 SUVs on his Cayenne and he really liked them. We almost ordered the same ones for this Model Y, but when we started looking at the details, we noticed that the standard Hankooks, which are on the car at the moment, actually have a higher load rating than the Pilot Sport SUVs. So back to the drawing board, and we decided to go with Michelin's pretty much brand new tire, which has only been out for a couple of months, the Pilot Sport EV, specifically designed to handle lots of torque and be efficient at the same time. But besides the Cayenne, having experience with Michelins on the BMW i3s and how much of a difference they make in terms of comfort and refinement, we are hoping for the same in this case as well. If you want to do the same, again, it's important in regards to safety. You need to go for the extra load variant, which then perfectly matches the load rating of the stock tires. Coincidentally, you also get the acoustic treatment on the inside, just like Tesla's tires usually do, with the soft foam insert. That's the theory, but now it's time to establish the benchmark. So we will take the car out on the road, we will measure the noise levels using a decibel meter, and then we will redo the same test, so same conditions, same speed, same road on the new tires to see whether this entire exercise was worth anything or just a massive waste of time. I chose a 4-mile section of the A2 as the test stretch. It's probably the closest road to our office with a speed limit higher than 30 miles per hour. And 50 miles per hour should be the sweet spot where one can really hear the difference between different tire options before the aerodynamic noise starts dominating. For consistency, I also make sure to turn off the ventilation system. My iPhone is placed in the wireless charging tray, and even as the surface finish keeps changing, the average noise value stabilizes at about 66 decibels. That's in line with the expectations, as the Ventus S1 Evo 3s are rated at 72 decibels for external rolling noise for the 255/45 R19 EV variant. Baseline established, so next time you see the car it will be sitting on the new setup. With the finished car revealed, let's attempt to do some more science now. I joined the same stretch of the A2 at 50 miles per hour as before. The road is dry, but it's a tiny bit more windy on this occasion. Interestingly, the Michelins, just like the Hankooks, are also rated for 72 decibels of external rolling noise, but the measured value in the interior settles down at 70 decibels. A bit odd, but as mentioned, what the EU label provides is external noise, and different cars can dampen certain frequencies differently. Remember, 3 decibels may not seem like a big difference, but we are talking about a logarithmic scale, so that should translate to a 50% increase. I'm not denying that the numbers tell the objective truth, but in reality the car doesn't feel much louder than before. However, it was worked on for about a week and a half, so if we had 2 identical cars side by side, we would have possibly noticed more of a difference. On the topic of comfort, which is why we set out to change the tires in the first place, we do reckon there is a slight improvement. Again, it does not warrant throwing away perfectly good new Hankooks, but the Michelins are definitely worth considering when the originals are due a replacement. Similarly difficult for us to test accurately, but they do seem to offer slightly more grip and less fidgety ride on rough surfaces, which would suggest a softer compound. That in turn would explain the slightly higher noise levels and energy consumption on paper, even though Arthur has not noticed a difference in his daily use. Costs-wise, depending on where you are located and who you use, expect to pay about £400 to £600 for the wheels color change and the 2-tone color modification of the Aero covers. It may also take a while. As mentioned before, Posh Wash specifically had the car for about a week and a half, as getting the masks right on the covers required quite a bit of labor. Secondly, the current price for a full set of Michelin Pilot Sport EVs is just under £1,360, based on £340 per tyre. If you are doing the same thing as us, you should be able to recoup some of the cost by selling the Hankooks on the second-hand market, because if anything, this video shows they are still a fantastic option. I hope we covered everything. If you have any questions, definitely pop them into the comments below and let us know how you liked the result. Obviously, if you want to replicate the look and you're located in London, you can go with Posh Wash, but to be fair, any wheel refurbishing place should be able to do something similar. You don't have to splurge all the way, but depending on what you want, you can either go for just the new tires, getting the wheels painted without the Aero covers, or the Aero covers only, and accepting the silver outline because of the brighter colored alloy wheel underneath. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.